always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to accompany a few dreams in the snow. And I'm Don Jackson, around the world on the internet. There is a wonderful line in the January 1998 issue of Victoria magazine that gives life to this time of the year. From an article called Adventures in the Snow was this, and I quote, "Listen to the silence. The forest is holding its breath." Unquote. When we dare the outdoors on days like this, we are warmed by the thoughts that when we return, we can banish the cold by the fireside. But for the time being, let's enjoy the snow with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Edwin McCain and I'll Be. Sarah McLachlan with Ordinary Miracles, and Colbie, Caillat, all Bubbly. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. This is a winter poem. It was written by Frederick Morgan, included in the collection Poems, New and Selected, published in 1987 by the University of Illinois Press. We made love on a winter afternoon, and when we awoke, hours had turned and changed. The moon was shining, and the earth was new. The city with its lines and squares was gone. Our room had placed itself on a small hill, surrounded by dark woods and frosted in snow, and meadows where the flawless drifts lay deep. No men there. Some small animals, all fur, stared gently at us with soft, shining eyes as we stared back through the chill, frosty panes. Absolute cold gave us our warmth that night. We held hands in the pure throes of delight. The air we breathed was washed clean by the snow. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. The Beatles with Something, Faith Hill and Breathe, and Aerosmith, and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Adrian Levy from Rainbows, Roses, and Butterflies wrote, "Everything is equal in the snow. All trees, all lawns, all rooftops, all streets, all cars. Everything is white, white, white as far as you can see. Covered by snow, the neglected lawns look the same. The snow hides the shiny newness of a just-bought car as effectively as it does the rust and dents of a 10-year-old one. Everything looks clean and fresh and unmarred by time or use. Snow, like the silent death it counterfeits, is a great leveler." Adrian Levy from Rainbows, Roses, and Butterflies. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Toni Braxton and Breathe Again, and Joan Armatrading and Willow. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers. James A. Michener, in The Fires of Spring, published by Random House, wrote, "In the country, snow is merely an additional adornment. But in a city, it is for brief moments until traffic and soot engulf it, the most beautiful dress that nature ever wears. It clothes the drabness, and it hushes the strident noise. It erases the architect's willful blunders, and it hides away the garbage. It brings an absolute beauty to the shapes of tall buildings, and makes serene the drunken lurchings of mean old houses that should have been torn down long since. And when, in addition to all this, 1,000 electric stars play upon it, throwing ghostly banners upon its placid surface, a new fallen city snow is a thing of perfect beauty." James A. Michener in The Fires of Spring, published by Random House. Look out of a bedroom window tonight as starlight or street lights add that one final touch of glitter to our freshly fallen snow. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Bryan Adams and You're Still Beautiful to Me, and the Dixie Chicks with Landslide. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers. Snow was general all over Ireland. It was falling on every part of the dark central plain, on the treeless hills, falling softly upon the bog of Allen, and farther westward, softly falling into the dark, mutinous Shannon waves. It was falling, too, upon every part of the lonely churchyard on the hill where Michael Fury lay buried. It lay thickly drifted on the crooked crosses and headstones, on the spears of the little gate, on the barren thorns. His soul swooned slowly as he heard the snow falling faintly through the universe, and faintly falling like the descent of their last end upon all the living and the dead. James Joyce, From the Dead. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Roxette, It Must Have Been Love, the Dave Clark 5, Because, and Seals, Kiss from a Rose. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers. Even though that last poem was about snow falling on a little country churchyard in Ireland, it could be any churchyard, even the one you passed earlier today. Finally, this poem by Sarah Teasdale, called Winter. I shall have winter now, in lessening days, lit by a smoky sun with slanting rays. And after falling leaves, the first determined frost. The colors of the world will all be lost. So be it. The faint buzzing of the snow will fill the empty boughs, and after sleet storms, I shall wake to see a glittering, glassy plume of every tree. Nothing shall tempt me from my firelit house, and I shall find at night a friendly ember, and make my life of what I can remember. I hope you will tell all your friends about Lovers and Other Strangers. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.